piece of hair is not letting me be great. Hey, what's up everybody? This is your girl Miss P. I hope that you are doing fabulous. I'm doing well. Excuse my attire. I just got in from the gym, so I combed my hair down, put the hat back down, and y'all just gonna have to deal. I appreciate all of you guys for watching. I appreciate your comments in advance. Be sure to like this video. I'd really appreciate it. I was watching ABC News, and yes, it depresses me each and every time. I just had to hit on this. The 3 young ladies who were kidnapped for a decade. You never know who you are living beside. They interviewed the neighbors of the suspect, and they were like, oh my God, a lot of them didn't even know. And one lady, she knew that something was going on because her daughter had seen one of the young ladies crawling on the ground naked in the backyard. Like, why wouldn't you say something? Whenever the flyers and everything was going out for one of the first young ladies who was kidnapped by him, he took some of the flyers. He was hugging the girl's dad. Like, you never know who you were talking to, what's going on around you. The suspect was hugging the daddy, and he didn't even know because people, you know, looked up to him, and he seemed really nice on the outside. But he had 3 girls captive in his house for 10 years. Some of them had kids. I heard that he was like punching their stomachs and they lost the babies. Like, it was the craziest stuff. One girl, she actually had the child in the home, and the baby was 6, and he would take the child out like it was his. Oh my God, so crazy. All of them, you know, they're out of captivity. They're back with their families. There are so many people that are abducted every day, and I remember watching The Call, and it was like, some of them don't get away. Some of them don't have the dispatcher on the line, like, oh my God, stay still, don't move. But thankfully, it's been a decade. They were still found and could go back to their families. Do you know the mental and physical damage that they had to go through for 10 years? We're not talking about 10 days that they were abducted, but 10 years. But can you imagine, like, the kids who are abducted right now that are going through that type of abuse, and they'll never get to see their mothers and fathers again because they're long gone, or some of them are dead. Like, it's crazy. But that's why I hate watching the news, and that's why I hate putting this type of hard news and what you say happened now, because I get so amped over it, and I get upset because they were kids, and now of course they're grown women, but at the same time they'll never get their childhood back. They're gonna be damaged for the rest of their lives. It's ridiculous. I also saw about baby girl, I don't know her name, but she killed her boyfriend and she was found guilty. Thank God. I mean, she talking about she don't remember. I don't remember killing him, girl. I killed my boyfriend. He ain't here. You can't text him or call him? Yeah, he dead. So she was found guilty. She was pleading that whole, I don't remember that. So I guess they said, okay, we're gonna help you remember and send you someplace where you can think about it. I was on Yahoo today. And do you know that Wade Robinson, he was a real popular choreographer like a couple years back. He worked with everybody. Come to find out, he was real cool with Michael Jackson back in the day. And you remember during Michael Jackson's trial, he had said, no, Michael didn't touch me. No, me and Michael, we were road dogs. Just went over there for some cookies and milk, and we play and giggle, and I play with Bubbles. That's all he said. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know if he said that verbatim. Now he is taking back what he said, and he's now asking for some money from Michael Jackson's estate. I don't know what to believe. I know sometimes in this public light, a lot of people will be behind your back saying certain things, but it gets really messy when you have one story and then you change it over time. You can't be doing that. It gets real cloudy up in the paperwork, in the documentation. I mean, lawyers, they can only do but so much. But honey, I hope that everything gets straightened out with the whole Michael Jackson thing and everything that's going on, because that's messy. There's so many kids out there and adults now who never spoke about things like that. So you don't even know who's around you that has been molested or sexually abused or, you know, raped. You never know, because they're never gonna say anything because they were kids, and you don't know who was manipulating their mind at the time. I wanted to hit on Chris Kelly from Criss Cross. He passed this past week out of the blue, and I remember just watching the So Def anniversary. I think it was the 20-year anniversary, and Criss Cross had come together, you know, to perform, and that hadn't happened for a long time. Somebody found him at his house and he wasn't responding, so they took him to the hospital and he was pronounced dead. It's really unfortunate, because a lot of these groups from the past, you know, some of their bandmates are gone, so they can't come back and do certain things. So, you know, that's real unfortunate. I wanted to hit on Criss Cross and bring in TLC because, you know, they had both worked with Jermaine Dupri. It seemed like a nice little leeway. TLC, I saw some official pictures. My best friend actually sent me this, and she was like, girl, look at this. And then a bunch of you guys sent them to me, so I really appreciate it, because I'm a huge TLC fan, and I cannot wait to see this made-for-TV movie. Drew Sidora, she's playing T-Bies. Keke Palmer, she's playing playing Chili, and Lil Mama is playing Left Eye. And now that I see these pictures, I'm really believing it. But why does Kiki look like the Jolly Green Giant? Chili was not that big, and Lil Mama, she been making all them crazy faces, and they trying to make Drew look like real hard like T-Boz was. Nobody can replace the original, so I don't know what I'm thinking. It might work out, but I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to see more pictures and see how this whole movie progresses, because, you know, hopefully it's really good. I haven't been on track with American Idol this whole season. I got into it during the audition process because, of course, I wanted to see how Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey were going to play out, but I haven't watched it. There's 3 girls left, so of course there's going to be a female winner this year, which I think is good because it's been like a male winner for the past 5 or 6 seasons. There's been drama from the beginning with Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey. I'm not gonna say nothing about Randy because he's gonna be there until Jesus comes. Keith Urban, he's real cute to look at, and I like his commentary, and he has a beautiful smile, so we can keep him too. As far as Mariah Carey, I like Mariah. I do. I love that she has them babies now. I love that she's with Nick Cannon and she's happy. But at the same point, sometimes she don't make no sense. Like, she's just babbling and trying to figure out words to say, darling, and do different things. And it's like, Mariah, get to the point, girl. Did she do good or bad? Nicki, she reaches too. I mean, she's being very, very extra. She tries to be their saving grace, and you still did good, boo-boo. Come here, give me a hug, give me a kiss. So they're both trying to, you know, find their place on the show. After this last debate, when Mariah was talking and Nicki was like, girl, here is a Q-tip because you can't hear. I was like, ooh. Nick Cannon had some stuff to say about it, and he was like, hey, there's a reason why Mariah is not on Love and Hip Hop. She did not sign up for that show. I was like, ooh. Ouch. As far as who stays, who goes, I personally, child, it ain't up to me. I don't really care. American Idol to me is not what it used to be. I'm not reviewing this show for good, but I did want to hit on Married to Medicine. A lot of you guys have been telling me to watch this show. I still have to watch from the beginning on, but I watched like the past couple of episodes, and honey, when I tell you this is some good TV, honey, bravo, you did a good job because you're actually showing professions. Big kudos to Dr. Jackie because I've seen her on a lot of shows. I love Dr. Jackie. Dr. Simone, she gives me everything that I need. Quad is so messy. I live for Toya. I really like Toya, and Mariah, even though she doesn't have any edges, I appreciate her as well. She got a nice little Indian husband. Yes, I see you. That little lemon squeeze, honey. Go to bed. I love that show, and I wish I had been watching it from the beginning so that I could give like some real good reviews. But I love that show, and I cannot wait for a reunion. Season 2 of R&B Divas, I didn't hit on that. I'm not reviewing that show either unless it's real juicy. I believe we're on episode 2 now, but I'm just gonna hit on episode 1. We have some new cast members. Faith Evans, where in the world you at, girl? I love me some Faith Evans, but she ain't at nobody's appearance. She don't want to be there. Like, girl, you just on the intro. Monifa, she still doing the same thing. She with her girlfriend Therese, and I like Monifa. I really do. I love that she's in her zone. She don't bother nobody. She's everybody's friend, and you always need that type of person who's everybody's friend. She'll tell you off if need be, but she'll do it in a nice way. Like, kiss my ass, but I love you. She does that, and it's like, oh, okay. Syleena Johnson versus Nikki Gilbert. I mean, oh God. Messy. Angie Stone, she's a cast member now, and I think it's gonna get messy with her and Kiki. Latasha Scott, of course she was in Escape When I Made From You Is That. Okay. She just cannot believe there's so much fighting and hatred and violence going on. I can't believe this. And it's like, girl, Latasha, get it together. You know y'all did that in Escape. I have to hit on Kiki Wyatt. I love me some Kiki Wyatt. I love her voice. I think she's everything, and she's hilarious. But at the same time, she is so unprofessional. If you have those type of opportunities, you do not take those lightly. She didn't want to sing with Big Jim. She didn't want to sing the national anthem. She stopped the anthem in the middle of the anthem. It was like, girl, please go to bed. I don't know how your husband stay with you like that and be your manager. I don't know how anybody works with her. I'm one of the silliest people ever, but at the same time, you have to know the difference between being silly and being professional and getting your work done, okay? I like this show. I think it's really good. R&B Divas is something different, and I like it, so I'm gonna keep watching it. And last but definitely not least, I want to hit on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This is the show that y'all go in on in the comments, and I love it. Of course, we see Karlie Redd talking about uno, dos, tres in the studio, and it's like, girl, calm your nerves, and come to find out, it's not no real record for her album. It's a diss song for K. Michelle. Go to bed. You got Rashida, make 'em wanna marry me. Tammy and Tracy, who's the new girl, they're sitting there in her studio session. All right, y'all, press pause. I gotta say something about Karlie Redd. Sidebar with Karlie Redd. I was at the airport at LAX and I met her, get ready to get on the same flight. She was so nice, okay? So I have to say, I like her as a person, but on the show, honey, everything is up for grabs. So press play. Shout out to Rashida giving me ringlet curl, no more pigtails. She must have saw them parodies. Shout out to you, girl. And we finally see Rashida make them want to marry me. Every time I think of Rashida, that's all I sing. I can't help it. She calling K. Michelle a donkey like she was at the zoo. And it's like, girl, get your comebacks together. That's one thing with Rashida. Her comebacks, they not as strong and they real slow. You need to say it with force. Erica, she's making salad for Daryl. I still cannot believe Scrappy's real name is Daryl. You feel like it's mine, me? Okay? He's talking about the studio incident and Erica goes from sugar to shit in 5 minutes. And he was like, and then came Shay to the studio, you dig me? And she goes from, what the fuck, Scrappy? That's what she is. It's like Erica is a time bomb. Mimi, she's having a housewarming because she moved out of Stevie's house. So she's coming to have a housewarming. She invited all of her homegirls. You know Mimi whispers, so I have to do my Mimi. She invited all of the girls to come over her home because she... K. Michelle is so silly. She's ignorant. Now that's somebody who has some good comebacks and they fast. Like she don't even think about it. She just be like, ba-da-ba, boom. You have K. Michelle over here. You have Rashida over here, Arian, and then you have Mimi over here. She does like, yo, I got to go because I can't do this. And she was like, and you need to take off that backwards wig. K. Michelle said, tell your husband and his 3 earrings. I said, hey, ding, ding, ding. It was time for a fight. K. Michelle, she really needs some anger management because Rashida came back in. K. Michelle, she didn't think like, God, what can I say next? She picked up a candle. At first I was thinking, is that thing lit? It was lit up. She picked that thing up and threw it. Who throws candles? Like how? Oh, I mean, there's so much. There's a plethora of things you could have picked up. She picks up a lit candle and throws it at Rashida. Oh Lord, I named Rashida. I rap like Shawty Low. I hollered. I was like, K. Michelle, how do you come up with this type of stuff? How do you come up with these sweet nothings? I enjoy them. Thank you so much. K. Michelle, she was ready, but you can tell that Rashida, she was tired. She was like, fake bitch, your booty ain't real. Like, she couldn't. She was not prepared for this fight. She was fighting with a dragon. She wasn't ready. So Mimi and Arian rushed out to see Rashida, and I was like, dang, Mimi, where you living at? Where you staying? Like, they on the top of the building, looking down by the dumpsters. I was like, nah. Scrappy goes to see Mama D at her little chamber of home that she calls a house, and they're talking about the fizz naive. I still don't know what fizz naive is. This is all I heard from Scrappy. Yabba dabba do. French fries, my nigga. You feel me? Gummy bears. You heard? You dig that? I was like, yeah. Sir, can you repeat your order, please? I didn't understand. Mama D's ignorant tail talking about I got my telescopic device. I was like, ma'am, can you please put down your imaginary telescope? We do not have time for this. You dig that? Stop. Stevie goes to see Mimi. Since she's moved out, they meet at a nice open location. She has a new voice for Stevie. Hello, Stevelyn Wonder. How are you? I'm fine, Stevie. You can see your daughter when we set up a schedule, Stevie. I was like, girl, talking to the mic. Stevie, aka Ike Turner, is a freaking nutcake. Does he have a beefcake like mine? Does he make sandwiches like me? Does he have hot dogs in the back of his neck like me? What does he do for you, Mimi? Let me know. Huh? Mimi knows he's a clown because she just smiling and grinning. She knows his little games. This was the best part. So where you living at? She was like, I live in Atlanta, Stevie. I loved it. We see Kirk and Rashida again. She's making hot dogs and ramen noodles. I don't know what she was making, but we meet them again and she's talking about the whole incident and she was like, it wouldn't have took me this long to make these noodles, but I had to get all of this wax off of my Forever 21 jewelry. Throwing the bags, the jewelry, everything with wax on it. And he was like, what is this sticky substance? Kirk, stop. You know she called you on the way home to let you know what happened. Of course, she had to tell everything that went on. She was like, and K. Michelle said, tell your husband and his 3 earrings. And he was like, boo boo, girl, I got 4. I do want Rashida's red lip in her confessional. She did that. I don't know who did that, but they did that. Kirk's Adam's apple in the confessional. It was like, oh my God, it was so killer. It was like this. Kirk's Adam's apple in this confessional. I was like, put it away. So of course now he wants to talk to K. Michelle. We'll see about that in a future episode. Scrappy and Erica, they're in Winn-Dixie or somewhere shopping for grocery. He got on them big old shades. I mean, the shades were this big, no lie. You can go back and check it out. Them shades were this big in the grocery store. Jocelyn, she better make her money getting them appearances. 1, 2, 3. Nachos, Cool Ranch, Doritos, Locos Tacos. She better make her appearances. You better do that, Jocelyn. You better do that. I can't understand her or her music. So she has a good lane because she know what she talking about. So I guess that's all that matters. Stevie did look like Malcolm X when he came to collect his bread. She was like, I don't see no contract, Stevie. So you're not getting no money, Stevie. She made a good $7,000 that night. Kudos to her. Like I said, I need to figure out what the hell I'm doing wrong. I agree with Jocelyn. Mimi probably got that contract somewhere in that baby crib. Wait, that baby about 8, ain't she? Mimi and K. Michelle, they meet up to talk about everything that happened at Mimi's housewarming. This is all that I heard from K. Michelle. Mimi, I'm so sorry. I live for Mimi's whispers. She was like, it's a pattern, K. You're so angry. But K. Michelle brought up a good point. She was like, tell me when you and Jocelyn can go have a Zaxby's plate together being civil. Never, not ever. Mimi is the last person to be talking about altercations after she just bit Stevie's face off. Girl, go night-night. Karlie Redd and Jocelyn, they meet up in the park drinking Starbucks. Like, who the heck? What? Okay, anyway, I guess they need another setting. I do like Jocelyn's bob. I like that rough looking bob. That's cute. Karlie Redd had to say how Benzino still wants her, yet she had to tell Jocelyn that Benzino said that he hit that. Like, for real? Like, who tells somebody that after you were with him too? Like, okay. I love Jocelyn. She was like, why would I smash somebody with no neck? He looked just like this. I was like, yes, girl. I've been saying that the whole time. Where is Benzino's neck? Somebody needs to make some flyers so that we can find it. Mignon, Follette Mignon, and Mama D, they bring their aluminum foil covered plates to Scrappy and Erica's home so that they can have a nice civilized feel I is me dinner. Scrappy, he just wanted to have this dinner so they could nip everything in the butt. I was like, the bud. Like, common sense. Jesus, help. And that prayer, I just could not. Jesus, you feel I is me, man, amen. Talking about the wedding and all the preparations, and Scrappy asked Erica's mama what she felt about everything, and she said, well, I only know about the past. And of course Scrappy was upset because she's only bringing up the past and Erica never talked about the good until up to now. So Erica comes back to the table. I'm telling you, it went from sugar to shit in 5 minutes. Erica sat down and all of a sudden it popped out. Erica was like, well, your mama don't know her place. And I was like, whoop. Mama D was being real good up until then. I do understand with Erica how she wants him to crack down on things, and I understand with Scrappy how he wants people, you know, not to look at his past but look at what he's doing now. So I understand both things. Erica though, she was hitting below the belt. She was like, you broke bitch, like all of that stuff. I was like, ooh, you don't be saying that type of stuff. Even at the table when she was like, has my mama ever called you a pussy? Has my mama ever said you a broke nigga? Has my mama, I mean, she was just hitting him like below the belt, and even Mignon was like, girl, no, I ain't say that. I ain't say all that. Mama D, she has selective hearing. If she was Dracula, she would stick her fangs in Erica's carotid artery. I was like, what? Erica, she gets up and she was like, you say stuff but you don't be popping off. And Scrappy, he was upset. Erica, she comes over and she pushes Scrappy like it was a shove. Mama D went off. Mignon, she just sitting there, she's still eating, I think, because I hear nothing out of her. Scrappy was like, get her to the car, get her to the car. So security comes out of nowhere. Mama D, she didn't want to leave. She was like, the prince is still in there. Let me get the prince. Scrappy the whole time, you better take that ring off. I know I want that ring. I bet you that. You feel like is me. And then he comes down the stairs. He has like 2 shirts with him. I was like, sir, where are you going? And Erica thought the same thing. Erica, she was hitting below the belt. Like, there was some things you did not have to say all that, boo-boo. Erica leaves in the car, and here go Scrappy and Mama D. They staking out for the ring. They just sitting there looking like 2 lost puppies. So it was just too much altogether. I mean, that whole episode was just a mess. Down below in the comment section, let me know what you thought about all of these topics that I hit on. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace, love, and all that good stuff. God bless. Bye.